Let's jump into overtime, shall we? Or as JJ says it, let's talk about this whole Elisa Jordana.
We're here, huh?
We are here. I've got about 5 clips to show you what this piece of shit is. Now, the personal connection that we have here on this show is the community she enables, the dog shit, scum of the earth, low life, mentally ill audience that she enables, led to the swatting that we went through. And before you guys think that this is some kind of personal vendetta that I'm approaching out of anger, I can assure you it's not. It's basically a strategic smashing. It was born out of rage. I'll give you that. I was very upset. And I went, wait a minute. I have more than 3 times the subs. I have multiple times the views. I have a bigger audience. Why don't I just show my audience what a piece of shit she is, make fun of her, make fun of her audience, and just make her another lol cow?
Let's go.
What am I doing sitting here getting mad?
Add her to the pasture.
Yeah. Let's watch. Let's here. We'll open the gates. She can go into the pasture with the other lol cows, slam it shut. Maybe she fucks Chad Zumach to see if she can become relevant again.
Let's start grazing.
Who knows? She'll be an easy one to mate, to make calves.
She's the brood low cow?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Grank Nutterbutter says that's a little harsh. All they did was use public funds in the thousands to possibly get you and your family wrongfully Oh, I get it, I guess. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Lossless says an easy task, even surface level. All right. Let's start. Well, this is the Andy Dick thing.
Oh, my God. What did I just see?
We'll get there. We'll start with we won't start with the Turkey Tom thing.
Oh, my God.
This is, I believe, the another Andy Dick thing. Okay, so boy, do we go with the Andy Dick stuff right off the bat?
Boy, sometimes I can't tell if she's like 20-something or 45 with that makeup.
That's what I'm telling you. This is not the person.
If she does it right, she looks hot, and if she doesn't, she looks like a 45-year-old smoker.
All right, let's do the Andy Dick thing last. That's, I think, what we should go for. Let's show you, basically, what Elisa Jordana's show is, the Kermit and Friends show. Now, other channels clip her stuff out and put it up on the internet. They put it on YouTube because she deletes a lot of shit. Like right now, she doesn't have anything the last month on YouTube. And her live streams get deleted right away.
And what would the reason for that be?
Because she enables a nest of psychos and makes them think they're her friends. Now, look, I don't have to really get on her too badly for that because shit like that comes back around. That is short attention.
Oh, yeah. Like, one of these crazies won't turn out so well for her.
No, and they've already not turned out so well for her. But this is the tragedy of Elisa Jordana. And I am definitely coming at this from a place of I feel up here and I look down on her. Because the way she chose to try and get attention on the internet, there's ways you can do it. Say what you want about Chad Zumach. He's doing podcasts. He's doing comedy shows. He's not any good at it. And he's easy to rile up. And it makes for good lolcow status. But goddamn, she is so bad bottom of the barrel lolcow that I'll compliment Chad Zumach and say that Chad is at least trying.
Oh, yeah. I would say I don't have a problem with him. He's fun to watch.
Elisa Jordana is one of these people who the only thing in her head is get famous. Not become a dancer, not become a comedian, not become a podcaster, not become anything else. The sad tragedy of Elisa Jordana is if she had given her focus to something legitimate, she maybe could have had a decent life. Mm-hmm. But as she gets older and that skin starts to come down and those hands start to wrinkle and maybe everything doesn't stay in the position she's grown accustomed to it being, that living becomes a lot harder to make.
Oh, God, yes.
She started out by trying to fuck her way into legitimacy. She started fucking Benji Bronk, pretended that she gave a shit about him, when in reality, she wanted an in with the Stern show. Stern sniffed her out right away. This is an attention-hungry, attention whore, 100%. And Howard humiliated her at every turn. And there's clips of Howard saying, that's that fucking girlfriend you got. He wanted to do a podcast. He goes, that fucking girlfriend of yours is twisting your head around 6 ways to Sunday. You're not doing a fucking podcast. I won't allow it. And he didn't. Howard didn't allow it. Howard wasn't fucking around with this psycho. So then it fell apart with Benji. It didn't fall apart with Benji. She didn't get what she wanted out of it.
So he's not useful anymore.
Right. So he's not useful anymore. Bye-bye. Then it started to get really bad. Nobody wanted Elisa Jordana.
Aww.
So now where do we go? Andy fucking Dick. And
how do you get there?
we're not talking about, because you're desperate. Again,
That's
you can't
insane.
dance, you can't sing, you can't be funny, you're not a good broadcaster, you can't carry a broadcast. You just got to latch on to people. And she's willing to even go sexual relationship latch on just to try to get a rub. Because goddamn, if she can just get attention from these men, then she can show everybody how scary fucking talented she is. And it'll work. Well, I got to ask you, Kermit and friends, when's it happening? I mean, really, let's just have a serious conversation, you and me. Any minute now, right? Come on.
Come on.
Where's this scary fucking talent? I know you legitimize crazies and you make them feel like if they do something, you'll be proud of them, Eliza, but
oh God, even the relationship stuff.
I mean,
oh, you can marry me.
really, you've reached the bottom of the barrel. And boy, if you're not bound and determined to take a sledgehammer and see if it ain't a false bottom and you can find more. So she goes to Andy Dick, and not news radio Andy Dick, not cameos in Road Trip and other A-list movies Andy Dick. This is like post grabbing people's dicks and getting arrested, fucking neck deep in drug addiction, Andy Dick.
Nasty, falling apart.
And look, I'm not saying she wrecked Andy Dick, because Andy Dick was damaged goods when she found him.
He was headed for
But the
doom.
way she fucking treated this guy, took whatever hell he was in and dug a tunnel into a deeper hell and put him there and didn't give a fuck. I mean, borderline sociopath, this chick. Definitely a narcissist. 100% a narcissist. Will use anybody without feeling bad. And also, here's where I actually feel for Elisa Jordana, because it might be a little bit of mental illness. This is a woman who, if you confronted her on it, would swear to God she's not doing anything wrong.
Has no idea.
No idea. That's the most tragic part.
I thought he was a friend and an ally.
We're going to go through the Andy Dick stuff later. And Turkey Tom did a wonderful documentary on Andy Dick, and he kind of chastises her in it a bit, too. Lossless, we should work together on something with this person. So she has this show now. So it didn't work out with Benji. She couldn't get famous from that. She couldn't get famous from latching on to Andy Dick in a last chance Hail Mary to try and get famous. Now she's doing a show called Kermit and Friends, where she brings on psychopaths and convinces them that she's their friend, when in reality, she's looking for cheap, whack pack type content with nothing to talk about, nowhere to go. And then pretends these people are her friends and enables complete losers and psychopaths.
Which to me seems like a concept she probably tried to steal off Howard Stern that went awry once she tried to take it.
Because he's not, but again,
Because she has no talent.
Howard Stern is immensely talented. Look, Howard's show now, we can talk about where he's, but Howard Stern is playing with house money. Mm-hmm. He's the most talented, funniest, or he made the funniest show in the history of radio. I wouldn't say he's the funniest guy.
Orchestrated it.
He orchestrated the greatest, funniest radio program of all time. Elisa Jordana has none of that charm, none of that talent. So she's just enabling a den of psychos. And again, people who probably without Elisa Jordana, I'm not saying they would get help, but they would at least be able to maybe understand that they need help. And
Right,
maybe
here they don't.
maybe go get that help. They go
Yes.
to Elisa Jordana and she convinces them that they're just fine. And these people fall deeper and deeper in the hole. And the day, I'm telling you guys, I know you're on the Discord and everything else. I'm pleading with you. Get out of this hell you're in. You don't even know you're in it. One day, it's all going to hit you like a fucking freight train. And you're going to realize what a goddamn waste it is. And I hope, for your sake, it's not too late when you do it.
It's like living in denial.
Let me show. Well, I don't want to bring Egypt into this.
Oh, that was gross.
Sorry. So let me give you guys a taste of what kind of show Elisa Jordana does now to try and get attention. Because again, everything else has failed. Fucking her way to the middle failed. Trying to get in with Stern failed. Trying to get in with Andy Dick failed. And then the exploitation of poor Andy Dick that we're going to watch in a little bit might be the worst thing. let's go ahead and watch this clip. It's called The End of Minnie Manson on Kermit and Friends. Now, the reason I feel good playing this one is because a guy named Minnie Manson came into our chat the other day and was throwing threats my way.
Oh, really?
All right, you know what I think we should do? I think you definitely have to put a face with the name. Because I got to know, is this guy threatening me? Like, is he a physical, challenge to me? Is this somebody that I got to, maybe spend a few extra hours in the gym training? Because God knows Minnie Manson,
Sure.
fucking knows. Bart came in threatening, saying all kinds of fucked up shit. So let's find out who this Minnie Manson is. It's on YouTube. This isn't a dox, nothing like that. Let's find out who Minnie Manson is from the Kermit and Friends show, from the woefully talentless, disgustingly enabling, and aging rapidly, Elisa Jordana.
Someone that I think is in the middle of changes right now is this guy, Minnie Manson. Minnie Manson, do you feel open to something like this?
So she's got a hypnotist on, which, by the way, great 1980s hack radio bit.
Wow.
Wonderful.
She really is trying to do everything Stern is good at, and she'll never
Stern
succeed
wouldn't
at.
be bothered with anything like this.
Right, but she went for that whack pack thing. Look at this guy.
Again, this is an empty soul, this Elisa Jordana, who just wants to be famous. Again, there's nothing worse than someone who wants to be famous and has no idea how. So let's watch this Minnie Manson guy who clearly looks like he's got it all together. He looks like he bought his bedroom, looks like a 1997 Hot Topic threw up in his parents' house. Let's see what he's got going on.
Not really.
Why is that?
I'm just saying.
There's,
You're boring, and you couldn't hypnotize me. I mean, look at the way you dress. I'm already thinking.
Look at the way you're dressed, he says.
Oh my God.
I mean, look, a Tommy Hilfiger polo may be a little behind in the times, but he's an older gentleman.
Yeah, he's fine.
That's fine.
It's acceptable.
Minnie Manson, I know you're going for the I'm different man look, but you have no fucking leg to stand on with your terrible lip liner and your dude.
Do you think
can't,
Manson gives him a nod every now and then?
You can't be a 40-year-old man dressing like a freshman in high school rebelling against his abusive stepdad, okay? And sorry if that hit a little too close to home.
Off. You couldn't hypnotize me. You should see what I did as a hypnotist when I was a kid, though. My dad took us to this really...
Oh, I bet you this is going to be a good story. You ready for Minnie Manson to talk about what a badass he is?
Bringing up his dad already.
Oh, and by the way, 100% whatever he's about to say never actually happened.
No.
All of these lost, soft goth kids have this image and this legend about themselves that is completely pulled out of their lipstick-laden anus. It is 100% manufactured.
cool place called the Magic Lounge. And this hypnotist was up there, and the guy kept trying to hypnotize me. He's like, "Kid, get off the stage."
I mean, I can't believe we're being
embarrassing.
I mean, this
really.
is just a humiliating person to be. But again, she brings these people on, and this is her big move. She feigns concern just enough so that she can get these people coming back. Like, it's cringe and awful as this Minnie Manson guy is. He's not smart enough to realize he's being played. He thinks he's part of this. He thinks that he's like in there with Elisa Jordana and all this shit. Bro, she's using you. She knows you're a nut. She doesn't want you to get better. She doesn't want you to figure anything out.
But, I care.
Yeah, you
care
think
about
she
you.
fucking cares, dude. This is a chick who wants to be famous. She's used Benji Bronk from the Howard Stern show. She's used Andy Dick. What makes you think that she won't hesitate to use whatever condition you have or use whatever fucked upness you have to squeeze that last little bit of content you might have in you right the fuck out? Come on, man. She wouldn't think twice about it. You think she cares? The fuck. I feel like I'm Splinter telling all the Foot Clan that this Shredder and Tatsu guy, they don't give a flying fuck about you. Minnie Manson is my Danny, and I'm Splinter. I'm going to talk some sense into this fucking goof.
So the thing about Minnie Manson here is he's always getting into like fights with people.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm sure he's got a winning record.
This guy in the middle here looks like he has no idea what the fuck he's doing here.
No, he's just like, I got booked onto some shit show, and I have no idea.
Opinions. I can't help it that I'm honest.
No, but you have a very salty opinion towards like everyone.
Wow, wait, what? You mean the goth kid who couldn't drop it 20 years in high school doesn't find people likable?
Do you think he's going to be soft and loving? What do you mean?
Bro, it's the misery in here that's causing you to hate everyone. The call's coming from inside the house, buddy. And being on dog shit shows like this, not helping. And I know the first thing he's going to say, well, let me come on your show. No, I don't put fucking sick people on my program. It's why we cut off Jake. It wasn't because we hate Jake. I mean, the audience did. But I'm like, I'm not going to be a party to this clearly sick guy like fucking himself over publicly on the internet.
We did a lot of really nice things for Jake for a really long time. And yeah, at some point it's like, no, we got to keep you out of here because things aren't good here.
You see, Minnie Manson, we have a show where we actually do shit. And then for overtime, for bonus time, we laugh at people like Eliza in the show she does. We don't need gimmicks like this. It's just sad.
And I just wonder like why that is. Like, why do you think it is, Minnie?
Oh, listen, this is not the place to discuss that, but
But here he goes anyway.
I'm just a very honest person. I just don't like to bullshit people and lie to them.
Wow.
Wow, you don't like to bullshit and lie?
I don't like to bullshit and lie to people, man. I just tell it like it is. Could you be 15 more?
I don't even
be
know
more 15.
I don't even know what your face looks like. I mean,
I'm guessing a little bit like maybe Meryl Streep. Perhaps some Martha Stewart.
A little streepish.
Yeah, he's a little streepy.
I won't get that far in my career if I can't lie to people, but it's really hard. Sometimes I do lie, but it's really hard. I want people to be able...
Like when you tell yourself you're okay, or that your parents love you.
Or that lipstick looks good.
Yes. A lot of lies. Just in this region here, I'm seeing a lot of lying.
Right, lot to unpack.
A lot of lying.
to trust me. How can I be legitimate and such if people can't?
Nope, you can stop there at how can I be legitimate. That's a tough question. You got me stumped. I would say first get off the Kermit and Friends show. I don't know which one of you are embarrassing yourselves more, quite frankly.
I think the guy in the middle should probably see himself out first.
Yeah, he's the one who's like, I have a fucking reputation. I can't be seen with you animals.
Trust my opinion.
Well, the thing is, Minnie, your opinion's like always negative towards people, and you come from like a very like salty disposition. And when you come at people like that, they're not going to receive you well. Hollywood hypnotist Kevin, is there any way to change that about someone?
No, because
what's the matter? Were you ashamed of your nose?
Did you hear how fast that no came out of his
mouth? That guy's
like,
fuck no. I don't even know what I'm doing here.
I shouldn't be here.
Again, this guy should be talking to a therapist, and he's talking to some six, never was, who's not even, who's talking. This is the craziest thing about her. She talks to these people like she gives a fuck.
Oh, yeah.
And she's convincing to someone like this. And they'll go, oh, she gives a fuck. Eliza cares about me. She's using you because she has no content and there's no famous dicks left to suck. She's on the wrong side of 40 and it ain't getting any better. So now she's got to go the freak show route. You think she gives a fuck about you, and here you are wasting your time when you could be handling your shit. Because I got to tell you, Minnie Manson, this is a perfect freeze frame. There's a lot of pain in those eyes, brother. There's a lot of pain and a lot of history that I don't even know about. But you got to talk to somebody about it. And the one who tried to fuck Benji Bronk into her getting her way into Howard Stern, that ain't the person to talk to. It's just not. So that's kind of a taste of what she does. I don't want to play too much because it gets remarkably boring. I want to get into the Andy Dick stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Look at the chat going fucking crazy. They know. They all kind of see it. They see it right. Isn't that amazing? Right away, they see it.
Yep.
Someone says doesn't. The chat's going way too fast, but somebody did say something funny. They say, doesn't like to lie, claims to be a dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like, even your face is lying to me, dude.
That same guy,
no idea what's going on.
I like Snubnose Media. He says, is that Paul Bearer's little brother? Oh, the Undertaker. Chris says Eliza rocks back and forth between concerned face and duck face. Exactly. She wants to look concerned, but she doesn't want to wrinkle her forehead. People might think she's getting old. She's so full of shit.
She does work that pretty good.
All right, here comes the Andy Dick part. Now, I want you to tell me if Elisa Jordana seems like someone who gives a flying fuck about Andy Dick.
I'll check it out
in this next clip, or if, like Minnie Manson, she uses these fucking psychos and she uses these beaten, battered, damaged people so she can try to find a way to climb her way out of obscurity. Here we go. This is Turkey Tom, by the way. Subscribe to this guy. Treasure trove of awesome content. This is Turkey Tom.
Although Andy's tumultuous live streaming journey would only begin shortly after another harrowing event in his life, and perhaps because of it. On April 3rd, 2022, Andy was supposedly mugged in Las Vegas. He appeared on Elisa's YouTube channel to talk about it, with her trying to elucidate the details despite his dazed state.
So, Elisa Jordana interviews Andy Dick, and you're going to see one of the most horrifying faces you've ever seen. This is Andy Dick after he claims he was beaten and mugged.
I'm nervous to see this.
If you love somebody and they've just been beaten and mugged and they're dazed and they're hurt and whatever, do you turn on a live stream camera and fucking talk to them?
Nope.
Like if you
give 'em
guys
some help.
if you guys aren't believers that this woman is human garbage that just uses people and has no ability to form actual human connections, but just uses people. Her interaction with Andy Dick. Like, if this were my friend or anyone I halfway cared about, I'd go, cut this off right now.
No, this is over. Like, we
need to get him
some
to
help.
Yeah,
now.
we're going to get you some help. Here we go. This is her and Andy Dick.
Along with his reluctance to go to the hospital.
Andy, show everybody your face, sweetheart.
Show everybody watching. Show all these strangers on the internet your face.
So is this when she was with him or not?
No, because he still, again, she got him the way she gets all of her listeners. Thinking that she still gives a fuck.
Listen to her with the sweetheart and stuff.
Yeah.
Come on.
I just want your disgusting face on my stream so I can get some attention.
Show the world how bad this is. What can you do for me?
Look at him. Look at him. You do not put that on your fucking stream unless you are a using, soulless succubus who's trying to suck every last bit of shame out of someone so that you might get a couple of clicks on it. Dude, even if it was someone I'm beefing with, like if it was Chad Zumach and he looked like that, he showed up on our stream, let's say we got him for an interview, and he showed up like that, I go, Chad, let's cut this, man.
It's fucking sad.
I got to talk to Chad off the air. We got to get this guy some help.
Even like we said with his car accident, if he's really hurt, I hope he feels better soon.
I hope he's doing better. I do.
Yeah, if I'm her in this situation and I didn't know it was this bad, I'm gonna say right now, I'm like, I think we're gonna cut the stream and call for some help for him.
Guys, she is
you
one
do a
of
wellness check or something.
I've only gone like surface level on her so far since the swatting and everything came from her community. This is one of the worst people on the internet.
Look at that devious face right there you stopped
This is one of the worst people on the internet. This is an opportunist. I don't care if you don't give a shit about people, but don't pretend you do.
No,
just don't give a shit. Makes me feel bad for Andy Dick because this is an addict.
It hurts really bad.
Andy, who did this to you?
See, look, there's no emotion.
Bothered.
There's no emotion on this woman's face. She is cold.
That is a sociopath. That is insanity. I don't like. Okay, this is her ex. Okay, like even an ex that I don't appreciate. If they showed up like that, I'm like, no, man. Let's maybe not talk on the phone. Let's get to the hospital. Get you some help, buddy. I might not care about you, but somebody should care for you.
The worst
right now.
The worst is yet to come.
This is sick.
Stranger. Literal stranger.
A stranger beat you up for no reason, Andy?
Yes.
Well, what did you do? I don't know what you
I
did.
didn't do anything.
Quit fucking sitting there interviewing him, you piece of shit, and get him some fucking help. Well, how is streaming helping this guy? First of all, he's been a fucking addict his entire life. He's been a goddamn mess, drug addict, drunk, the whole deal. And people like you make him worse. Look, I'm not saying Andy Dick would have got clean if it wasn't for Elisa Jordana, but because of Elisa Jordana, he's in a damn worse place than he ever would have been without her.
He dug that hole deeper.
This is a damaged, sick, hurt man, and she is using him for clout and for likes, and wait until you see what she uses him for next. That's the worst part.
I don't know how it gets worse.
She doesn't take her claws into him, use him for views, and then release him.
This isn't a friend. Like, this isn't something friends do.
Bad person, man.
They took care. He he mugged me and stole my shit, so my phone and my wallet.
From his story, he was apparently mugged by a random person and was possibly knocked out, which wouldn't be surprising considering his
And
gruesome...
she brings other people on to talk.
Man. I feel like even talking in that condition is bad for him.
Yes.
Somebody needs to be just doing like calling for help for him.
He could have a concussion, probably does have a concussion. He's not in the right mind state.
I've never seen a mouth like that.
And you're putting him out there in public.
Injuries. To close off the interaction, Elisa says she's going to call Wappy, aka Wappy Flanker, to pick Andy up. Wappy apparently took Andy in at this vulnerable moment.
She sends him to this guy Wappy that she's in cahoots with. And this Wappy is the guy who got him on the road to the RV streaming.
Are you kidding me?
Elisa Jordana put him on the fucking path that's got him on the sex offender list and in fucking jail right now.
Doesn't even know where he is half the time.
Drugs, booze, sex, all of it. And she put him on the fucking road. Again, I'm not saying Andy Dick would have gotten any better. History says that that's a long shot. But it was a guarantee that this woman took fucking years off of a sick man's life.
And got years of his life worth of content out of it.
And now, here's the question about Elisa Jordana. How many fucking regular people is she doing it to on her show every goddamn day? They show up in a bad state, mentally ill, not good. How many people who watch her have called into her show, felt like they were close to her, got used for show content, and God forbid did something terrible? She'd never know about it.
Right.
God forbid. I mean, I'm not talking about her audience thinking it's okay to swat us and swat Chrissy and send death threats and rape threats and things like that. That's small potato internet shit compared to what she's done to Andy Dick and what she might be doing to other people who watch her.
We don't know.
This is like, I know that I rip on Chad Zumach and it's funny and all of this, but this is an actual dangerous person.
Where he had nowhere to go, and that's where the streaming began. Wappy started streaming with Andy, residing at his house just a few days later, hoping to drum up some donations from viewers having pity on Andy's situation. However,
so he starts streaming with Andy, puts a Cash App link in the stream for people to donate money. And hey, let's take bets that Elisa Jordana got a cut of this. Let's take bets. I'm not saying she did, not saying she didn't.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Like, of course she did.
Would you bet yes on that or bet no?
Yes.
You can't say of course she did. We have no idea.
In my humble opinion, I'd bet yes.
However, people quickly started accusing Wappy of simply taking advantage of Andy and pocketing the donations for himself.
That's Andy Dick back there lying on a bed because he's either high or drunk or going through withdrawals.
You know it's not withdrawals at this point.
And this piece of shit and Elisa Jordana orchestrating it as the fucking puppet master behind the whole thing put him there on a fucking air mattress. He was with Joe Rogan on News Radio. He's on a fucking air mattress in Elisa Jordana's lackey's house so they can whack up the money between each other.
I sometimes don't even know what to say. I couldn't imagine doing this to
You know
somebody.
how hard it is to feel bad for Andy Dick after all the
pretty bad.
shit he's done? I feel terrible that he got involved with this woman. It's killing him.
Evil.
It's taken years off his life.
That's Andy's money? No, dude, I'm feeding, who's Randy Savage? I'm not even going to address you. I'm feeding Andy, doing everything, cooking for him. I'm his chef, his producer.
His producer. You're producing that, you piece of shit. What's his name? Wappy Flanker?
Yes,
You're producing that? You sack of shit, you soul-sucking scumbag. That's what you're producing? An addict on an air mattress? Set him free then. If you know what a good producer would do? Get him to rehab.
Get him out of here, yeah.
Get him some help.
Right away.
I mean...
Listen to this guy fucking humble brags. I'm his chef, I'm his producer.
And you know what all of that is? That's him rationalizing stealing Andy Dick's money. Those people are not donating money thinking, oh, that goes towards chef fees and producer fees. They think it's going to Andy. And this guy's fucking stealing it. And these were Elisa Jordana's orders for Andy to go here.
I bet they say oh, donate, we'll help him get to a better place, we'll help him heal and all that shit.
And again, Turkey Tom doesn't have enough time in his day to focus on Elisa Jordana and what she's doing to just these regular fans of hers. He just has time for the Andy Dick part.
The big name.
What's she doing to these other fucking people who trust her and think she's their friend?
Making all these whack jobs think that they're okay.
And you got 2,000 and you got 2,000 subs. Is it fucking worth it? Is it worth it?
Are wrong. Yeah, and guess what? Guess what your money bought? You fucking dude. And we appreciate it. Andy's money is getting used for him.
Yeah, it's getting used to pour booze down his fucking throat because you think it's good content.
You're killing him.
People like this should be banned from every fucking platform. I'm the most free speech guy there is, but this ain't free speech.
You're hurting somebody.
You're killing people on your fucking stream. You're killing Andy Dick.
That guy's never in his right mind enough to realize he shouldn't be here.
No. God, you know what I thought in my head? I'm like, I just want this to be like a superhero movie where fucking Joe Rogan comes in there and rescues Andy Dick from this, and just comes in and goes, pieces of shit.
But then as Joe Rogan too, you don't even want to surround yourself with this shit.
No.
And you feel bad. What do? You call somebody to go get him out of there?
If you don't want to see this continue, just stop sending money. So why is your Cash App on the screen? Because...
Be honest, because you're a piece of shit. You and Elisa are probably whacking the money up together, and Andy's not seeing a fucking dime because you pour booze down his throat, and then you tell these fucking people that it's helping him? You're pouring Tito's down his throat? He's an alcoholic.
He's sick.
He's a sick man, and you're pouring booze down his throat.
I am supporting and housing Andy. I am feeding him. I am doing all this stuff. I'm taking money to he smokes my weed.
He's a drug addict, you fucking moron.
He smokes my weed.
You fucking parasite. You and Jordana both. You fucking leeches.
Poor him, though. He gets his weed smoked.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't get to smoke his weed. Somebody else is smoking it. Oh, God. Bother.
I pump one of the worst addicts in the business full of booze and drugs. Poor me. Send me money.
Do you think weed is cheap? No, and I don't care. I love to smoke weed. But do you not understand that? Look, I'm pretty transparent, dude. Everything's...
No, I'll give you that. You're a piece of shit, and you're very transparent about it. I wish Elisa was as transparent with her audience about how little she gives a fuck about them.
Well, she's got to wear the mask she does because then he's the opposite.
Sure.
And on camera.
It only took a few days for their relationship to become more openly antagonistic as they got into arguments and Wappy belittled and even threatened Andy.
Okay. Yo, stop!
Ply the addict with booze and drugs and then threaten to kick him out if he doesn't do everything you say and dance for the money.
And if Andy didn't have any kind of a name, they would have never done this.
No, never. Never in a million years.
They're just playing that name.
So then he gets passed off to the IP2 community, which is the RVs and everything else. So Elisa Jordana, we'll get to this clip in a second. Her and Wappy Flappy Flame, or whatever the fuck his name is, they lose control of Andy.
Okay.
So wait till you hear the video they do for that. But first, here's a clip from Kermit and Friends about a year ago. It's from Andy Dick saying, "Don't trust Elisa" on her show.
What I want to ask you about, baby, you're not going to like this, is what the hell is going on with you and Lucas?
Uh-oh.
Did you hear me?
What was the question?
Oh, you didn't hear it? What is going on with you and Lucas?
She probably found somebody she actually likes that she's fucking because she was only using you for press and publicity. I mean, if you want and that's just a 30-second clip. That's all it is.
And if he's still asking this, clearly she's been lying to him, like leading him on or something.
Again, he's a fucking drug addict. I mean, he's in bad shape. I mean...
Oh, my God.
What?
The dog just jumped on my leg. Scared the piss out of me. Sorry.
Dude, it's just Wappy held him hostage, basically. I mean, yeah, pretty much. When it's an addict, it doesn't take much. Toast says, $4.99, is your wife mad at you tonight, or does she always sit with the weird body language, leaning as far away from you as possible? Weirdo wannabe Kumia.
Oh, so obviously...
Are you this afraid of me, or are you just petting a dog over there?
I'm fucking terrified of Aaron.
Toaster, what's the matter, Toaster? Are we getting a little too close to home with your hero? Huh?
Maybe
doing a little too much exposing?
Take a second look at your hero over there.
David Chandler with $9.99 says they are enraging. They're fucking terrible, man. They're bad people. So now, Andy Dick, a couple of months ago, splits off, not with this Wappy Flappy Flame and Elisa anymore, instead onto the IP2 RV stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong. This chick is so transparent that as soon as he's not under her clutches anymore, she makes this 9-minute video.
It's been a scary week. I was scared this week. I would walk out of my building, like where I live, where I moved to be safer, and then people were following me this
Safer from what?
All the crazies you gathered.
Safer from what? Elisa, nobody should feel sorry for you.
No.
You made your bed. Now sleep in it. You wanted to be famous. You have no talent. So you had to take crazy people and you had to make them think that you guys were really close. You know what mentally ill people do when they think they're close to someone? They show up at their house. See, because mentally ill people don't have that thing in our head when someone says to us, if you need anything, let me know. Mm-hmm. We all know that that's just someone being polite. We don't ask them for anything.
Implied, usually.
Mentally ill people don't get that. The people you've tried to make a show around and failed, those people take you at your word and they show the fuck up, Elisa. And now you've had to move again. How many times are you going to fail at being famous before you just go do something?
week. People were following me, and it was fucked up. So I was a little scared this week. People know where I live now, and they're just following me around even more.
Oh, that's too bad. You know, we got swatted, and if the cops didn't know who we were, that could have ended really fucking badly for her and I.
Yes.
And it's because of the bullshit you do with these fucking people and the way you gas them up so much. Your fucking community did that to us. So I don't feel sorry for you in the fucking least. Hey, unlike us, you made your bed.
Look at who she surrounds herself with.
Right.
That's possible. And yeah, so it's scary, but you know what? I wasn't hurt. It's just people knew that Andy was here and they wanted to film him and they want to make money off filming Andy. And I care for Andy a lot, so I feel that.
Oh,
you do.
Fucking puke.
Fucking bet you do.
Oh, puke. Is that why you passed him off to whoever that fucking greasy dick sack of shit was?
Put him halfway in his grave.
When he's drunk and on drugs, he shouldn't be filmed. That's how I feel.
Unless it's by you, unless it's on your fucking live stream when he's clearly damaged. No, what you mean, Elisa, is nobody should film him except for you.
Queen of filming him while he's fucked up.
Nobody should film him except for you and Wappy. You liar. You fucking liar.
And I think if he dies, the footage that will be out there of him is very bad footage if people continue this way. So if he's doing substances that are making him messed up and forget things and just act a fool, and people are monetizing that all day to the point where he's having like a nervous breakdown and like is in a situation where people can call.
What are you doing to help?
And call the authorities and get him like locked up, like it's getting out of hand. And there's other ways to make money than using a person that's 60 years old. You know, I mean, typically that's not old, but in Andy, like he acts like he's like 90 years old because he doesn't remember anything and he can hardly.
So it's not okay for those people to use him to make money. What did we just see with Wappy and this other shit?
No, it's okay when she exploits him.
Oh, okay.
Only she gets to exploit him.
Okay, that's interesting. I want to get to the part where she tells all streamers to stay away from Andy Dick.
Because he's mine.
Right. After he's IP2 and after he goes to do the RV streams and shit like that, then people should stay away from him because you can't make money off him. Oh, we are bearing witness to one of the worst people on the internet right now.
Found every fucking day from one person to one person. And that's what happens when you're adopted as a child. So don't have sex. Obviously, you idiots. Stop having sex at all because the people that have sex the most are the biggest morons. And then they get pregnant. And then we have an Andy situation where he's passed along and passed along.
What a fucking bitch.
Did she just basically say Andy Dick should have never been born?
He was unwanted, yeah.
Look, I'll tell you this, Elisa. If we know that child is going to grow up to be surrounded by you, then yes, they better off not be born.
and passed along and so fucked up mentally from it that he has never recovered. Never recovered.
Yeah,
and
you
people
helped.
have sunk their little fucking claws into him and won't let go of a 60-year-old man that's in pain.
What?
You're number one.
Oh my God. Do we have Zumakian levels of projection here?
This is incredible. This is... I don't even like Chad's name in this conversation. This is way beyond him.
Oh my God.
Man has who knows what diseases, I don't even want to say, who knows, who is mentally ill, very ill, to the point where he belongs in an insane asylum. But
this is your whole fucking show. If you followed your own rules, you'd be off the internet, which would be great. If you followed your own rules. She can't make money off him anymore, so she wants everyone else to leave him alone, and she's going to guilt trip him. This is manipulation 101. This is a superb narcissist.
oh yeah, just keep making your $3 anyway, motherfucker. You're in trouble if you do it again. All right? So that's why it's not what we all want. We just
all right, so that's her telling everyone, stop making money off of Andy Dick. You know, that's her job.
Because she needs it. It's her money.
Wow. I mean, I'm glad we decided to go into this tonight because she is bad news. Bad news. Jay Santos says, drunk ass Kyle simps for this nasty broad. I hope not.
Does he really like the Kyle we like?
Yeah, who knows? Try to listen to Elisa talk without imagining a bird squawking in your ear, says Lossless. I mean, a bird squawking in your ear is not nearly as dangerous as a mentally ill person listening to that. That's for sure.
God, I feel bad for these people who all have problems, and she makes them think that they're A-okay and that she's there for them.
This guy says, open the phones. Kermit and Friends wants to call in. Oh, no. That's not how this works. You see, you decided to fuck with Steel Toe. This is what we do. We make fun of you. We shit all over you, expose you for what you really are to a much larger audience, and you don't get to say a goddamn... You shot your shot. Hey, Kermit and Friends, I got bad news for you. You guys shot your shot. I know now you're wishing you would have done it different. You would have played it a little more subtle. You would have played it a little more cool. But you didn't. You fucked up. This is the lesson you're getting taught now. And this isn't the end. This is just one night. Every time you guys do something fucking gruesome and terrible and awful to people, I'll be there. We'll be there. Steel Toe will be there. We'll hold your feet to the fire. You shot your shot, guys. You fucking missed. How does it feel? And by the way, I ain't even in charge of the worst thing that's going to happen because of what you guys did. That's out of my hands.
You should keep fucking up extra, though.
If this shit shakes you guys up to the point where you're frantically calling and, let us in. No, I know that drives you nuts, but you're not getting in. Like I said, you shot your shot. Why would I let the people who threatened to rape and murder my wife and then SWAT my home, why would I let you guys in? See, you fucked up. You're not smart. You're not very smart. You see, right in front of you. That's it. Right now, what can I do? This will be funny. You shot your shot and you fucking missed, and now you're getting your fucking teeth kicked in, and you don't like it. Ooh. How do you like being manipulated? How do you like being played with? Oh, poor guys.
It's almost not even that. We're just showing people. It's not manipulation.
Man.
We're just showing people how nasty you are.
Steel Toe morning show, but the manipulating 4 out of 10 with poorly done filler and Botox told us to call you, says JJ.